Hey guys, this is Kathleen Golding.
Hi, and I'm Sherwood Harrison, and this is PS Productions Wedding Talk.
We are super excited to be back with brand new episodes of Wedding Talk. We took a little bit of a break. We've done some rebranding and kind of figured out where we wanted to go. And I mean, things have been a little bit crazy with COVID-19, and the wedding industry as a whole has definitely felt it. So we're excited to come back and kind of, just really get the new wedding season going and highlight some great vendors.
If you're not familiar with Wedding Talk, we're your one-stop shop here in Eastern North Carolina for finding out everything from venues to florists to wedding planners, everything you could need for your special day. We have it here for you with Wedding Talk. And so I'm excited to see what Kathleen has lined up for us as we get started with this next season.
Absolutely. So we're going to kick off brand new episode with Tryon Palace. It is one of the most beautiful venues, I think, in the area, probably just in general. Weddings, they're picturesque. It's definitely, if you have the fairy tale vibes, that is where you want to get married. It's gorgeous. Tryon Palace was home to Governor Tryon, and which, if you didn't know, New Bern was the capital of North Carolina before Raleigh. So it's an amazing place. It's great for weddings, any kind of special event. And this is actually going to be a two-part episode. So the episode you're going to see today, we are interviewing one of the planners for Tryon Palace. Her name is Jennifer. And she's going to just kind of talk us through the whole Tryon Palace experience, what is available to you as a bride. And then our second episode with Tryon Palace is going to be a walkthrough tour of the venue. Jennifer's going to show us every single space you can get married at, because there's a lot. All the gardens, the different houses, things like that. So we're super excited. So I had an amazing time sitting down with Jennifer and hearing about all of the great things that Tryon Palace has to offer. So let's go ahead and sit down with her. Hey guys, so like I said, we are here today with Jennifer. We're so excited to have her on the show. And Jennifer, I'm going to go ahead and let you introduce yourself, tell us your business, and I'm really excited to talk Tryon Palace because I love it.
Well, I'm Jennifer Bertling with Jennifer Lynn, Weddings, Events, and Design, and I am one of the in-house planners at Tryon Palace.
Awesome.
And I've been in the wedding industry since 2001.
Wow.
And
awesome.
Mainly was in the rental side of the business, and then more recently doing wedding planning as well.
Sure. Okay, awesome. So are you from the area?
I'm originally from Los Angeles.
Wow. Okay.
And then lived in Florida for 15 years before we moved here.
Very cool. So how long have you been working with Tryon Palace?
Oh, I've been doing weddings there probably for about 6 or 7 years now.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So I'm sure we have a lot of people watching who they know Jennifer, because we do have a lot of Tryon Palace brides in New Bern and Eastern North Carolina too. So really, I kind of want to know, what is the Tryon Palace bridal experience? Can you kind of describe it?
Well, the beauty of Tryon Palace is you have the historic side, and then you have something that's more modern with the History Center.
Sure.
With the North Carolina History Center. So they can have a choice of different venues, being inside or outside, the beautiful gardens, and of course the waterfront as well, which you get behind the History Center and then also on the South Lawn.
Okay, awesome. And where exactly can you have your ceremony and reception, I guess, at the palace? Because I know there's a couple different spots.
So actually there is quite a few. So you could do it at the History Center out on Bate Commons, which is right on the waterfront. And then on the historic side, we actually have several venues from the South Lawn, which is on the back side of the palace. And then on the front side in the inner courtyard or on the North Lawn.
Awesome.
And then there's the Stanley Garden. And there's the Commission House, the Dot Tyler Garden, and also the Hoxley Garden. And I'm going on, and then also the, what am I forgetting? I'm forgetting, the Latham Garden as well.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. Tryon Palace, it's so beautiful. And I know, especially being from New Bern, it just holds such a special place in your heart. You drive past it when you're little, you do all the events throughout the year. So it's a really special place. I think it's amazing when a bride can kind of encompass that whole thing, because it does have a lot of history. It's amazing.
And we get a lot of brides who we ask the question, why did you choose Tryon Palace? And they say, well, I went there as a kid.
Oh.
Or when I was visiting, I had one of these recently, when I was visiting my family, when I was visiting with my family in New Bern, we went to Tryon Palace and I saw a bride in her dress.
Oh my gosh.
And she said, I know exactly where I want to get married.
Oh, that's so cute. I love that. I know I get excited when I'm driving downtown New Bern and I pass like a bride and a groom and the photographer and they're just going around doing the pictures and everything. And it's so special.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your I guess, when is the best time to get married at Tryon Palace?
Ideally,
like?
the spring and the fall are the
Okay.
most beautiful in the
Awesome.
gardens. The summer is nice too, but
Yeah.
it can tend to be a little warm.
Yeah.
But that's when you can get the pictures in the gardens and then have your reception at the History Center.
Awesome. Well, I'm super excited. So Jennifer's her episode is going to be a two-part because we're sitting down and kind of chatting with you guys today, but in a couple of weeks, we're going to head over to Tryon Palace. She's going to take us on a tour. So all those amazing gardens you just talked about, we're going to show you guys exactly where you can get married at. So I'm super excited for that. So do you have anything coming up that you're really looking forward to?
So we actually, this Sunday, the 21st, we are doing venue tours,
Awesome.
and we will have some vendors, on site to
Awesome.
talk to. We'll have some catering so that they can try food, cake. There'll be other vendors there as
Very
well.
cool. Okay, awesome. And what time is that and where?
So it's from 11 to 4:30.
Okay.
It will be in the History Center. They do have to register,
Okay.
and they can register at the fusionweddingprofessionals.com page.
Awesome.
So fusionweddingprofessionals.com.
I'll pop that up on the screen.
That'll be perfect. And there's an invite page, and all they have to do is put that information in there, and they'll be registered. And
Very cool.
yes.
Okay, well, if you're watching this on Friday, make sure you go ahead and register for that this weekend. That's going to be awesome.
And we are also spreading everybody out
Okay.
so that not everybody shows right at 11 o'clock. We're asking people to choose times
Awesome.
so that we're keeping our numbers low. We are asking everybody to wear masks.
Okay.
And then that way the tours are smaller, and then less people are in the building as well.
All right, perfect.
That's really important.
Well, and speaking of masks, so I'm always curious talking with people, especially in the wedding industry, because COVID was not friendly, especially in the beginning. How has the pandemic kind of affected your business? But then also, like, what are you guys doing moving forward to keep going?
So we have had a few weddings since COVID have started, and what we're doing is seeing a lot more smaller weddings. We're
Okay.
doing something called a boutique wedding,
Okay.
and it's an all-inclusive package at our commission house, so they get the garden and the house for the reception.
Awesome.
It's usually about 30 or less people.
Okay.
And so they get everything from the photography to the food to the cake, and it's just a shorter period of time,
Okay.
and usually about 3 hours, and there's not a band or a DJ. It's just music in the background with live musicians.
Okay. That's awesome.
So we're doing a lot of those, and then the other thing that we're doing is we're planning a lot for the future.
Yeah.
You know, the hope with the vaccine.
Absolutely.
So people are reaching out now that we're ready. We're ready to plan for the end of this year and the beginning and into the future.
Awesome. Yeah, we're actually live streaming a wedding at, I think it's Stanley Gardens next month. So
Oh, good.
we've had to kind of adjust how we do business too.
Yes.
It's been pretty crazy though.
Mhm.
But I'm glad that you guys are. It's amazing how everyone's kind of evolving and like changing the way that they do things to accommodate what's going on right now in the world. So.
And you all actually did a wedding with me in August this last year.
Oh, awesome!
And most of the guests did wear a mask. They were provided masks by the bride.
Uh-huh.
And then we went over for the reception. Of course, while people are eating and dancing, they can't do
Yeah,
that. But they had a good time, and it turned out really beautiful.
Awesome. Oh, it was so crazy. My cousin got married in September, and so when everyone came into the church, they were passing out hand sanitizer and masks for the like little goodie bags. So it's just crazy. It's super crazy. All right, Jennifer, thank you so much for coming on today. You guys, I will have her website down below. Definitely check her out. Check out Tryon Palace. It is absolutely gorgeous. And I'm so excited to see you again in a couple of weeks.
I'm excited too. Thank you so much for having me.
You're so welcome.